Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to create a grey Christmassy set. We've got white from Nail Nails, that one right there, and we also have a grey, and that grey is from Madam Glam. I'll just pop the cap on quickly to show you guys the name. It's called You're in the Navy Now, and it's a really nice deeper grey shade, although I feel like any grey would work really well for this design. So I'm going to do our base colours at the moment. So we've got two nails that are going to be fully white, we've got two nails that are going to be fully grey, and then one nail is going to be an ombre between the grey and the white. I'm going to pop the white at the bottom and grey at the top and ombre them together. So although my aim for today's set was to create a grey Christmassy set, because of how much glitter we are going to use later on in the video for this set, it does kind of give off slightly more New Year's vibes too. So if you wanted to switch a couple of those nails around, slightly tweak the design, you can definitely make it look super New Year ready, basically. So it's really nice. I love how it looks, and I just love the glitter matte top coated. So you'll see the whole set, the whole basically set done at the end as usual, but I love how beautiful the glitter sparkles on top of, well, underneath the matte top coat. Just stunning. So I'm just quickly now working on our ombre nail, just back and forths in the middle where the two colours meet, and then start going slightly lower and slightly up, just up and down until you are basically happy with your blend. If at any moment you've got too much white at the top or too much grey at the bottom, start from the other end and work your way upwards. So here I felt like I wanted a bit more grey at the bottom, so I started from the top and dragged it all down. After that, I felt like there was too much grey, so I did another layer off camera at this point, taking the white up a little bit more. So now I've got some of my stunning fine glitter. I feel like I always pick this glitter up near Christmassy New Year's time, and it's a beautiful holographic fine silver. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the wet layer of the grey gel polish. If you are doing it for a client, make sure you're sprinkling it on top of a wet top coat. Make sure you do that. But of course, for me, no one's wearing these. This is just for content creation and showing you guys different designs and techniques, so I don't have to worry about that too much. So I did it the quick way for me. And now we are working on one of our white nails. So for our first nail, we are doing a French tip using that darker grey shade. And I'm just using my nail art brush to outline the smile line, and then I'm just going to use the brush from the bottle to colouring the bottom part of that nail. And then I will go ahead and do a second layer off camera of the French tip. And the other white nail, we're just kind of picking slightly an area about halfway up the nail, and then we're just going to do a straight line and colour the bottom part in. So that'll be our next nail. I just wanted to let you guys know a couple of new exciting content that will be coming out very soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it just before the end of the year, or maybe just as the new year starts, as like some fresh new content for the new year. But I'm planning a lot of new different video ideas. I will continue doing my nail art designs. I absolutely love them, so I will never stop doing those. But bring in maybe some more detailed tutorials on different techniques that I do, because I do a lot of videos with doing ombre nails, but I don't actually have a video telling you guys in depth how to actually ombre properly and all the different methods. So if you are struggling, sometimes watching my video might not be enough to understand how I did that ombre. So I'm thinking of dedicating videos, maybe calling it something like Glamify Basics or something like that, where we just go right to the basics and kind of talk and go really in depth into different techniques, like doing French tips and all the different methods of doing French tips. Same with ombres. I don't know what else there could be, stuff like, I don't know, glitter applications, and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you ever have any of those kind of ideas that you would want me to go over with you and do a video about something very in-depth that you constantly struggle with, whether it's stamping, absolutely anything, let me know, and I will try and gather up as much ideas from you guys as possible and create videos for you. Or if not, after I do a couple of those videos, if you just want to comment underneath one of those Glamify Basics videos, your ideas, then I will try and recreate as many videos as I possibly can, answering your questions and going in depth into any problems that you might be running into as you're doing nails. So quickly going back to the video, I am using some base coat on the full grey nail and also this French tip nail, and it's going to work as our glue. I've got my glitter in the background already, and I'm just going to use my nail art brush, not my nail brush, my ombre brush, and I'm just going to start picking it up from the little pot that I've got it in, and I'm trying to focus the thinner glitter at the bottom, like the tip of the French tip, and then the bigger, chunkier glitter at the top. So you want it more concentrated with glitter basically at the top of the smile line, and then the lower you're getting up the nail, the thinner, the less glitter you want to be using. So almost like a faded, like the glitter's kind of falling down the nail. That kind of look is what I'm going for. And right now the glitter looks a little bit weird. It doesn't fully feel like it fits in, but the glitter looks stunning when you matte top coat it. So right now it's giving like bluey vibes. Once you top coat, it's actually giving me greeny vibes, funny enough, but it's not as in your face, which is kind of what I wanted, and it just gives such a cute little sparkle. So you see that in a moment. And then once you're happy, pop them into the lamp so that the base coat cures all the glitter in place. I do go ahead and apply another layer of base coat I think, on top, just to help with it not being too bumpy and lumpy. And now I am going in with a matte top coat on all of those nails. And then you want to pop it into the lamp. The matte top coat I'm using today is from Nails, and it's their like velvety matte top coat. It's so nice. Absolutely love it. I can't live without it. And I'm already running out, which is so frustrating. I need to grab so much more of it. They often do weekly picks, and actually I was able to pick my base coat top coats from one of their weekly picks, which is so amazing. They do it all the time, and they actually pop stuff on there that is often, you know, good stuff, not just some colours that they don't often sell, for example. It's like actually proper, you know, stuff that probably sells quite often actually. So it's really nice that they do that. So you're able to try their products out and actually try colours and top coats that you actually want to try, which is good. So now this is it, matte top coat. Can you see the glitter? It's given this greeny orangey reflection. It looks really cool in person. I feel like the thumbnail and the video and everything just doesn't give it justice. When I first made it, I was so in love with how it looks. It's my kind of Christmassy cup of tea, I guess. I love those kind of nails, and I love greys in the winter as well. So now I'm using some of my Glitter Bells Unbelievable Gel in their silver shade. And I'm just going over outlining the smile line, and for this nail I'm also going to do an outline where the two colours meet, and then I'm going in again and doing another layer of silver on top of it, just like another line above it basically. And then make sure you cure it for 60 seconds because they are now at gels. They're super thick and they need extra time in the lamp to cure properly, and they will cure tack free and glossy on top of your matte nails, which is exactly what I wanted today. So now that it's done, I am going in with a dotting tool, and we're going to do a couple of snowflakes that we are going to then sprinkle some clear acrylic on top. So for this snowflake, I am doing just a couple of dots, and then just try and find the thinnest nail brush you possibly can, and then you just want to drag your brush through those dots, and boom, you've got your stunning snowflake. It's such a quick method and it's so effective. I absolutely love how they come out looking. And of course, if there's any areas that you need to fix up, then just grab your brush and fix it. But if not, grab your clear acrylic and sprinkle it on. And you want to be sprinkling it on until you stop seeing the gel polish becoming wet. And like, you see what I mean when you do your first layer, like your first sprinkle of acrylic, where it kind of starts getting a bit wet and you can see it getting absorbed but still looking wet. So you want to keep going until it's fully matte, and then pop it into the lamp. So once it's out, I am going to place a crystal in the center of that snowflake, and also that top silver line that we've created. I'm also going to pop a couple of AB crystals there too, and I'm going to pop the caviar beads in between the crystals as well, and then pop that one into the lamp for a quick cure. After that's done, I am going to pop another 3 AB crystals on the French tip nail too, very similar to what we just did on that one line, but just on that smile line, right in the middle of the smile line, I guess you could say. And I'm placing quite a lot of that rhinestone glue gel just because I know I am going to place some caviar beads. There's a lot of caviar beads going on today, guys. And the rhinestone glue gel that I'm using today as well is from Macart. It comes in one of their tubes where you squeeze it out, but I've kind of depotted mine into like an actual pot. I just find it so much easier to use. I prefer in a pot. That's why it's there. So I just found like a random one I had, or I think I even might have had some AliExpress glue maybe in there, I think, and I've just cleared it out, cleaned it, got rid of it, and just placed my good stuff in there. And that way I can use my brush and actually pick up as much as I need rather than keep squeezing the tube, getting it out, and end up getting too much out, and I don't need that much, and it just felt very wasteful. So that's why I did it. So now we are working on our grey nail, and this one is so cute. We are going to do a star with the AB crystals, guys. So you want to place a fairly large crystal in the center, and then around it you want to place 5 if you can imagine a star, it's got 5 like hands, I guess. So you want to do 5 crystals around the main crystal. And you want to make sure that the size of that crystal is all the same. And then in between there, you can see there's gaps. So I'm going to place some caviar beads in there. It's only 1. If you wanted to do like 2 or just completely fill in the gap, I guess you could if you wanted to. But I just went in with 1 and it was just fine. It's not very noticeable that there's a gap after you place the caviar beads in there. And then I also placed rhinestone glue gel on top of those 5 little same sized crystals, and that's because we're going to finish off the star with the caviar beads as well to make it look pointy like a proper star. So there we go. So right on top of every single little crystal that we've placed, we're going to do 3 caviar beads on top. So 2 next to each other and then 1 on top. And that way we're going to create and make it look like a proper star, because that way we're able to create the pointed edges of the star. So once you're happy and you've got it looking how you want to look, if anything is a bit wonky, just grab a tool of any sort that you just find comfortable using and just move about the caviar beads or the crystals or anything like that to make it look, for example, there at the bottom on the right, that little hand was a bit dodgy looking. So I fixed it all up, popped it into the lamp, and now that it's all cured, you want to do a couple of lines to make it look like it's kind of hanging from the top of the nail, almost like a bauble looking thing. So I'm doing 1 line, dragging it up from the start all the way up to the top of the nail, and then a couple more to make it look like there's a couple of strands of baubles hanging from the nail, even though they're not actually them. And then once you've done that, grab a dotting tool and you want to do a couple of dots on the actual lines that you've created. And then because I just always feel like nails need more and more, I decided to just also scatter a couple of dots all around the nail too. Just randomly, wherever there was gaps, I placed 1, 2, 3 next to each other, just a little scatter. And we are also going to apply the clear acrylic on top of this too, so it's going to look embossed and 3D looking. It will look really, really cool. So right now it looks about average, and then once we sprinkle on the clear acrylic, it's going to look so much better. So here it is. If you are wondering, I am using a Glitterbels clear acrylic, but you don't need to get anything good if you're not an acrylic user. You know, don't feel pressured to buy anything expensive. You can definitely grab some super cheap and affordable clear acrylic on AliExpress or Shein, anywhere like that. Or if you're able to grab like a tiny little pot somewhere, that would be amazing as well. So don't feel pressured to spend your money on expensive acrylic. And then once you're happy, pop it into the lamp, and here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.